one of the biggest threats to most places like Europe, and it's probably true all over the world, is simply human encroachment and basically loss of habitat.
We've warmed the globe about 1 degree centigrade in the last century, and there's nothing in the natural part of that record that resembles what we've seen in the last century. That's the strength of our argument, that we are doing something that's truly different.
Do you believe in global warming, climate change? Do you think the world's going to change for the worse because it's getting warmer?
I think that there'll be little change here. It'll go up, it'll get a little cooler, it'll get a little warmer like it always has for millions of years. It'll get cooler, it'll get warmer. It's called weather. I do believe in clean, and I've received, a lot of people don't know this, I've received many environmental awards, many environmental awards for the work I do. And I believe strongly in clean water and clean air. But I don't believe that what they say, I think it's a big scam for a lot of people to make a lot of money.
We're pumping out lots of CO2 into the atmosphere from fossil fuels, from cement production. Right now, about 1/3 of that carbon dioxide is dissolving straight into the sea. Right? And as it does so, it makes the ocean more acidic. So you cannot argue with that. That is what's happening right now. At some point, as this transient, as this CO2 uptake in the ocean continues, that material is actually going to start to dissolve. And on coral reefs, where some of the main framework organisms disappear, we will see a major loss of marine biodiversity. We do need the protected areas, absolutely. But for the sake of the oceans, we have to cap or limit CO2 emissions as soon as possible.
So the people and the politicians must decide what they want to do. And if they make the right decision and plan development accordingly, leaving corridors, not blocking, not completely allowing national parks to be closed in, then I think people and animals can live in harmony.
If you were president, would you invest a lot of money in alternative energy to get away from fossil fuels? And would you limit the amount of coal emissions and other industries into the air?
I want to get away from the Middle East. I want to get away from the monopoly that they once had and they still have to a certain extent. I want to be able to be self-sufficient for the country. Now, due to the new techniques, things that we didn't even know about 3 or 4 years ago, it turns out we have a virtually unlimited supply of fuel right under our feet due to fracking and many other techniques that, frankly, are very new. And we are able to take care of ourselves. I know a lot about wind. Wind is destroying a lot of problems. And number one, it's killing the birds and the eagles, and you see what's happening in California with, if you shoot an eagle, a bald eagle in California, they want to put you in jail, and yet the windmills are killing them by the hundreds.
So you're not a big proponent of
what's
wind.
Happening. I think it's fine in certain locations. I think it's fine. The problem with wind is it needs tremendous subsidy. Wind needs tremendous subsidy.
I mean, the government's going to have to.
I think wind is fine in certain locations.
Would you invest government money in alternative fuels? Would you do that, or would you just let it go?
I would spend money on certain things. Now, solar always sounds better than it is. You know, you have a 36-year payback. I always want to go solar. I love the idea of solar. And then I do a test, and you get your money back in 36 years. The problem is the panels destroy themselves after 10 years. So it's just, you know, you got to make it economically viable, Bill. Right now, it's not economically viable.